Yo, what is going on, everybody? Hello. It is so good to see you all. So give me a second here because I am trying to do a multi-stream to both YouTube and Twitch. Now that I've learned that Twitch allows multi-streaming, apparently a year ago. And all right, looks like we are live on both platforms, which is fantastic. I have not done much with Twitch in a long time, so I am going to have to get used to all this. But give me a second here. Let's see. I'll give folks a chance to hop in. Okay, cool. Let's go there. Okay. Sweet. All right. I got the stream manager for both YouTube and Twitch up and running. I think we're good. This is fantastic. So let's actually chat through, because I don't know if I can see where. Okay. Viewers on Twitch and viewers on YouTube. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at this. All right. We're making our way through, which is very fun. All right, guys. It is 4 days. There are only 4 more days until Uptober. I am very excited for the month of October. I think we're going to have a blast. Now, again, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm just, I'm just looking at the prices. I'm just looking at Bitcoin, trying its hardest to get to 65K. I mean, this has been a September to remember, actually. Usually Septembers are months that we want to forget about. Wake me up when September ends is how the song goes. But generally, anytime that September is a green month, which as of now, that is where it is trending to be, we are in for hopefully a phenomenal Q4. So I don't have the chart in front of me, but it is still, it is still kind of crazy to think about. Actually, hold on. For context, I think it would be good to bring up that chart. So let me see here if I can find a way to open this up appropriately. You know what? I don't have it. Let's do this. I'm going to just try and search it. Let's do Bitcoin monthly return chart. Let's see what this pulls up. Oh, that's not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Okay, so let's open this in a new tab. Or no, open image in tab. And close out of that, and then zoom in on this bad boy. So what am I getting at here? Okay, well this is old, so it doesn't have where we're at. But look at 2023 when September was green. Boom. Look at that, 3 straight months of fantasticness. Now, usually I would go back, as part of the 4-year cycle and look at 2020. 2020 we had a red September. Yet we still had a fantastic Q4. But you go a little further back and it's like 2016. We had, what's this? 6% in September. We were up 6%. And that looks like 3 straight months of awesomeness. 2015, right? It was up 2%. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just excited. Again, past performance is not indicative of future returns. None of this is financial advice. We are a gaming channel, but yeah, I don't know. It's very exciting times ahead. Let's see here. We have somebody in the chat. So what do we got going on? Blockchain Project says, hello, you gonna watch the Soulkeep Down Hall in a few hours? Yes, I am planning to. Is that actually, hold on. Is that in a few hours? When is that? I don't know if I'll be able to watch it live. Let me see. 2 events. Today at 1 p.m. Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought it was earlier. You know what? I don't know if I'll be able to watch it live. I'll try my bestest to watch it live, but if not, I will hop in afterwards. And if there are any takeaways worth mentioning, then I will do a 5 biggest takeaways. Just because, yeah, I mean, this is exciting times. Burning Elk is in the house. Yo, excited for some Greek candles. Burning Elk, it is good to have you back, man. I know you were I think you said you took some time away, and it made sense. That was actually my biggest piece of advice to people who were like not feeling the game over the summer. It's just like, dude, go touch grass, enjoy the summer, have some fun, get outside, forget about this stuff, just play, or bot your account. Like, I mean, again, it's not financial advice, but it's like, why sell at the bottom? Like, it doesn't make sense, especially when you can continue to earn assets in game without ever actually being here. So yes, I'm glad to see you're back. I don't know if that was your case or not. I'm just in general, especially now that I've filled my SPS bag. Yeah, my SPS bags are packed. There's a part of me that wants more. There is a part of me that wants more. I don't know if I even disclosed this yet here, but yeah, I mean, I went heavy on SPS maybe a month or two ago. So like my bags are packed. I'm not gonna disclose how much. And most of it, I mean, it's all spread out amongst different accounts and wallets, but I very much want, I'm very much looking forward, and I support where SPS is going. Plato Zero, what's going on? I am doing well. How are you? International Travel Channel, Guten Tag. Yeah, Burning Elk, exactly how I felt. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I was still doing content over the summer just to try to keep myself and others engaged, but I totally get it. I mean, it was a rough time. The cool thing though is that there were still a bunch of really awesome things that the team delivered over the summer, right? We got the new Soulbound reward cards, we got the Wild Season Pass. Like, there were elements over the summer that I think are going to be like ripples. They start off as ripples but become waves of in the future. So I'm feeling very bullish, to say the least, on where we're headed overall. And sorry, let me say this. I'm very bullish on where the token economy is right now. The tokenomics are. I think we are in a significantly better position. And I am looking forward to whatever may come. All right. So let's see here. So I'm streaming now on Twitch as well, guys. For those of you who might prefer Twitch, I didn't realize that a year ago Twitch changed their policies, and now they allow multi-streaming. For a long time, they did not allow that, and so if you prefer Twitch, I'm up on there as well. I don't know if I'm gonna do any other platforms right now. These two make the most sense, but yeah. All right, let's see. Plato Zero says, been out of the loop and just trying to catch back up with what's happening. Perfect. You were coming back at the perfect time, Plato Zero. I would say that, the game is in a much better place. The game economy is in a significantly better place. From a game standpoint, you've probably seen that we have a slew of promo card sales going on, monthly promo card sales between now and January. So if you want to jump into those, you can. You don't have to. There was discussion of let me back up a little bit, but there was the launch of the Rebellion reward cards, Soulbound, but just recently you have the ability now to unlock those for a hefty fee, right? But people are still unlocking them and people are still buying them. So there's some demand there, and that allows for newer players that want to come in that are not price sensitive to be able to start playing at the highest levels. Or if you don't want to, you can earn your way to the top. Why not, right? I think that offers actually a model somewhat similar to the parallel ecosystem in certain ways. And then there's been discussions about a Rebellion mini set. At first they said they were not planning on doing it. Now it's kind of in the mix. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens. I think most of the sentiment is generally that we don't want that, primarily because that would also mean extending Chaos Legion in modern format, which again, pros and cons. But if we don't get a Rebellion mini set, I would say, that I think the teams mentioned that they could bring up the release to maybe Q2 of next year of the next core set versus doing it sometime in the back half of the year. So that's all the stuff from a game side. Unfortunately, land, that's probably the biggest, that's been the biggest issue for this game. Like, honestly, I agree with a lot of folks who say like land has like plagued this game. It's been a significant just down driver. And here's the thing, right? Like, they got in over their skis. They try to make something bigger than they could actually create. They don't have the resources for that. and if anything, they've continued to lose resources. And it's tough to go back on your word now. You can't like change things with land, especially after you put out like the land 2.0 white paper. But I do think that there's some kind of pivot that's necessary, right? We want to get land back in the mix. And the reason I'm saying this is because I said this in the last live stream, but just look at the airdrop conflicts, right? The conflict wagons. I mean, those were tremendous. They created those very quickly over the course of like maybe a couple of months. Shout out to Cryptomancer for that. And those could have provided like exactly what we needed from land. Like it didn't need to be like you stake a ton of DEC, you stake a bunch of whatever. Like just make the wagons and allow people to lock up stuff on the wagons, and then use that to create items and spells. We could have had it this year. But there's a whole other thing about it. So it is what it is. I get it. I know Matt's, this is the long-term game plan for Matt. And so land is at this point, we're not going to get 1.7. So not even 2.0, but 1.7. It sounds like we're not going to get until sometime next year. And so, that's where it's at. Although I will say Cryptomancer is now working on land, and I feel a lot more confident about the fact that Cryptomancer is on land just because he has a solid track record of bringing a lot of really great things to the game. So it's one of those like, slow and steady wins the race. It's in the right hands now. Hopefully it ends up being, everything we want and more, but we just got to give it some time, more time. All right. Bernie Ellis says, yep, the team has stayed busy, which has only been to the game's benefit. I agree. International Travel Channel says, how about we launch SPS with hat before the bull run? Yo, whatever happened to the PNS token? Push and shove. Man, that project died so fast. I mean, I don't even know. Is Crypto Eater doing anything with it? I see him like not chatting as much in Discord anymore. Actually, no, I did see him this morning. I was getting into it with, if anybody's in the shard holders room, we were talking about the potential BlackRock stablecoin. Plato Zero says, thanks for the recap. Seems like a lot has happened in the last few months. Yeah, dude, team has stayed busy. Shout out to the team. They've stayed busy. Like it hasn't been perfect, but, Matt's doing what he can. The team's doing what they can with these resources. And I like I said, my expectations have been reset multiple times over the past couple of years. But I'll say that with the expectations that I've had, really the only thing that I've been disappointed with on so far is land, right? And even then, I'm not even a big land holder, so let's exclude that. The next biggest thing that I'm disappointed with is the delay in the new player experience, because that seems to be like 2024's version of land. But the difference is that land in 2023 ate up all the resources, and the team could not seem to like do anything else around that time. Well, no, that's a lie, because they did get us like the modern bot ban. They, a lot of other things. It's just during that summer time frame of like June through September. I'm sure there was a lot of infighting behind the scenes. Just obviously there was a power struggle that Matt eventually won. But we did get some things here and there. It was just a terrible time. But they did get some things out. The thing is, with new player experience, the team has continued to deliver a bunch of things, right? So we got the Bitcoin halving promo card, we got the Wild Season Pass, we've gotten the ranked rewards updates, which I guess ranked update and the reward update, I would say that those are probably part of the new player experience. So it's not really like a separate thing. I think at this point, though, we're looking for. Oh, there's also the set rentals. The biggest thing is like, what does that onboarding experience look like, right? So you've gotten all the things simplified in the game, which is great. But what is the, I don't know, like what is the focus on, the future of, well, sorry, not the future, but like the first impression. That's what I'm looking for. The first impression, right? When somebody comes in, is there a tutorial? Is there a PvE? What does that look like? All right, Banana says, land doesn't seem like it should be that difficult to develop, especially adding new resources. I thought the same, man. I thought the same. I'm not technical, though, so I can understand the nuances and difficulties of having to go work with someone else's code, work within that framework, and then build it in. But, we'll see what happens. I think a lot of folks, including Matt, are optimistic that Cryptomancer is like a under promise over deliver kind of guy, and he'll be able to get something done by the end of the year. But I don't like that. I don't want to do that anymore. That sets us all up for saltiness, and I've had enough salt the last couple of years. Banana says land doesn't seem like, oh, I guess you posted it twice. All good. Let's see. All right. Burning Elk says, yeah, land is really a pain in the butt, especially since I've been emotionally and financially invested since August of 2021. Yeah, I did buy my first land plot shortly after August of 2021. So I don't know, man. It is what it is. Boom Me says, let's go up to Uptober. Sorry, that's what I meant. Joffrey's in the house. Land is a joke. You are correct, sir. It is a joke. It is not anything like what we were promised. Boom Me, land LOL. All right. Banana says, I only have 9 plots and I only work one of them. Yeah, I mean, how many do I have? I have 3. I actually have 4, but I'm not even working the 4th one because I don't want to pay for, I don't want to pay 5,000 DEC for a power core. That's just where I'm at this point. Tuga Chip, what's going on? We finally have someone from Twitch. I want to see what the activity is like on Twitch these days. Let's see here. Most of the viewers right now are on YouTube, but it's cool to see. It's cool to see Twitch popping back in. Tuga Champ, it's so good to chat with you. It's been a very long time. I hope you're still playing. I hope you're doing well. Hardy Stonefish says, hey, After Sound, I'm looking forward to Uptober. Me too, man. It's like right here. And actually, let's go back because we can leave that up, but let's go back here because, like I said, Bitcoin it's fighting to get over 65. Let's see if it's done it. 65,400. Yes. I'm looking up here. Bitcoin is now over 65,000. Yeah, man. I don't know. I just hope that this is the train leaving the station for Bitcoin, not for the rest of the market. But if you know, Q4 is anything like previous Q4s, I am just pumped for that. There was even a Hive pump last night. We went, it's like a 10% pump, right? We went from 20 cents up to 22 cents, which again, does not seem like a lot, but we're talking about percentage gains here. And for Hive to be up and not dumped immediately afterwards is interesting. I don't know who's paying attention. I don't know who's buying. A lot of people say it's usually the Koreans, but when it's the Koreans, they like to pump and dump. And I don't know anything about that. I'm just parroting what people have said in the past about, you know, the Korean markets are the ones that generally pump and dump. Again, for Hive. So let's not make this like political or whatever. But either way, I don't know where that volume came from last night, but it stuck around. Jobby Saints in the house. Let's freaking go. Our Banana says, yeah, I deleted the first one. Didn't realize you'd still see it on screen. Oh, you know what? I guess because it pulls into this software that I use to stream. But you're all good, man. It's fine. Boom Me says, I see card values going up a little, hoping to offload my Lux Vega. Any takers? Yo, the value of Lux Vega has gone up. I have not been tracking Lux Vega, very closely, but I remember that it was going for 100 something bucks at some point. And now it's up to 242. You know, I think this is going to be the strategy. I genuinely think this is going to be the strategy for new players coming in that want to be competitive right off the bat. Screw all the other summoners. You'll be able, in my opinion, I think you'll be able to get through bronze, silver, and maybe even into gold relatively easily by getting Lux Vega and what's the other one? What's the dragon one? The 4-mana dragon one. Quicks, the Devious. And look, there's not many for rent. Isn't that interesting? Hold up. Let's see. So it's renting out for 5 cents a day. Yikes. That's not a great ROI. All right. Burning Elk says, only silver lining is that land itself is dirt cheap. The DEC staking is a real pain in the butt, ROI wise. Well, what they have to do is they have to give some kind of utility to land. I know that they want to work items and spells in. You know, like, okay, so let me put it this way. I think that items and spells, like, they should find a way to do introductory items and spells. And I know that might get them in trouble, right? Because it's like, okay, let's go into a little bit of a hypothetical, right? If we were to get the new set of, you know, the core set next year, I would love to see the item and spell, you know, kind of be a part of that. Now, obviously, they're not going to sell any items and spells because that is something that needs to happen from and built from land. But in my opinion, there's a way that you could do it right now, right? Just almost like as a proof of concept and to build it into the game, where it's like, dude, launch like 2-3 items and spells, right? Like, or even just like one item and one spell, and it doesn't need to be anything too crazy, right? Just have it be there so that it's something basic, people can get it if they want, and land actually starts to have purpose and utility. And make it simple. Once you launch the new resources, right? Have a very simple item, right? Have a very simple item, have a very simple spell. Or hell, you know what? Screw the spells, right? Because I'm sure there's got to be some magic and lore behind it. But you can do an item with just the 4 basic natural resources. So this is what, and I'm going to do a video on this separately because I've been thinking about this more broadly. But it's just like have that intermediate step where we don't have to go from like 1.7 or 1.6 all the way to 2.0 right away, right? And I know that they're trying to incrementally, you know, or put incremental steps, but it's like, dude, we already have the tactics phase. Add in the next phase, just have one item available, and immediately there will be utility for land, right? Because it's like, ooh, what do I do, right? It's like, there's a bunch of different resources. I can go for SPS. I can get the resources to create this item and see what the market is like for that item. I can go for grain, right? And essentially feed all of the units around. And I know that they want to add like other utility for research in terms of like glamour and all that too, right? So if that gets launched by the end of the year, like land could look very different. Man, maybe I should go buying some land right now. Who knows? All right, Tuka Champ says, I have 5 common land, but work none just for the 5%. I like it. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to hate on you, but I do wish that there was something where it's like the land needed to be active in order for you to get the 5%. But I get it, man. You do what you got to do. Play within the system, play within the rules, and then break them. All right, Biddy, let's go. When Omega Candle, are you taking profit in Q4? Am I taking profit in Q4? On certain things, yeah. There's a couple of different gaming plays that I've made, and I probably will take some profit here and there. From Splinterlands, it all depends. It all depends. I don't have my... Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna say yes. I won't give my strategy yet because I don't have it fully defined. Burning Elk says, I was buying Hive last night, put in a big transact order, and then Hive spiked. Well, thank you for your service. You have moved the entire market. That's how tiny Hive is. Joffrey says the best combo is Mantaroth and a Cane. You know, I'm going to say this, like, if there's one card that I really do want, it is Mantaroth from like the Rebellion set. And I'm like itching to just, I only have a level 2, right? I only have 3 BCX, but to me, the value of this card is at level, you know, maxed out with the repair as well as the blast, because it's just so versatile. It's just so freaking versatile. I don't know that I want to drop $400 though. I mean, I know that I don't want to drop $400. And I guess I don't have to. Let's see, how many BCX do I need? 11, or I need 8. So the cheapest that I could grab these for is 323. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Like, there's not a lot of cards that I want. There are not a lot of cards that I want, but Mantaroth would be one of them. How much is the max one renting for? 58 cents. Good God. What is the math on that? What is the return on that? So we'll just say the BCX for Mantaroth. Oh, you can get, okay, so you can get it for $36 per BCX. Okay, we'll say 400. What's it? 50, let's just say 50 cents, 0.5 divided 400. That's 365. It's a 45% ROI. That's not terrible. How long does it last though? And of course, if you're renting it out, you're not actually being able to play with the card. So irrelevant. All right, let's move on to the next one. Quicks. Yes. Thank you, Tuga Champ. I appreciate the help on that. All right. Boomy says in Gold Diamond, you need Lux to get the extra wins. I mean, I've been playing a lot of Modern lately, and I don't think that I've been using Lux as much. I hope for many months to come where crypto in general and Splona's assets pump. We have waited so long for this. Yeah, I mean, it's been a long, brutal bear market, and I'm just genuinely excited about the fact that I don't think it's going to take a lot of new players coming in to really move things. And I'm not even sitting here saying like, hey, you know what, we're going to go to the moon and we're going to get, hundreds of thousands of players. Again, this game right now has kind of been, limping along with 5,000 to 6,000 players, maybe even less, right? It's only 6,000 active accounts, but how many people have alts and, bots and stuff running? So I think if you were to just double the player base, right? And we were to go to like 10,000 daily active accounts, and I'm talking about people like at my level, right? Who are willing to put in some money, willing to buy some SPS, right? Willing to have some assets in the game. The game looks completely different with another 3,000 to 5,000 people coming in. And that's where things get fun, because like right now, there's not even enough rebellion for the people that are active. All right, they should give land some of more the exclusive glamour to create. Yeah, I hope so. I hope that, if that's what their pivot is with research, that, they want people to use research for glamour and stuff. That's cool, because, glamour is not going to be something that impacts the meta of the game, but could have a lot of value. So I'm very much looking forward to more information about the glamour stuff. Yep, Bitcoin over 65K. Burning Out says, honestly, it's better to slowly roll out land than do it all at once. I'd be so down if we could make a handful of items. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like, do it the same way that you are doing, a lot of these like promo cards, for example. Launch an item sometime next year, and then, plan to maybe launch a second item 3 months later. And in that time, right, again, I don't know how much work it would be to launch like a single item, hopefully not too much, but in that time frame, you could continue building out all of the other things on land, the buildings, resources, all the different stuff. But I don't know. Ultimately, it just feels like there's an opportunity to get land involved sooner rather than later, and make it be something that has immediate tangible value, right? There's too much grain out there. And like SPS is like fantastic, but if you want people to play the game for the game itself, well, then you need to add some utility to it that, comes in and impacts the actual game. Like I would love, okay, here's my idea. And I gave the idea for Scarecrow already, right? Like I put that out a while ago, where you could have, what's that called? Like a one-hit monster or something like that. I think that you could essentially create something similar to that, but consider it an item, right? Use, equal parts wood and stone and iron, whatever, or maybe there's like 3 different versions, which is where this gets exciting. And you're allowed to play one item. And what you can build is literally like a wall, or I don't know what you want to call it, like a barricade. And you can choose to put that barricade anywhere in your lineup, right? You could put it in front of the first card. You could put it in front of like the middle card. And in order for people to attack that card, that card kind of has a barricade around it. So they have to break the barricade, and it requires, 2 damage or 3 damage, right? Or something like that. Again, get creative with it. There's so many different ways that you could go about this, but you put that in. You put that in, and all of a sudden the meta goes insane, right? Because now everybody's like, well, I need a barricade. I need to put it somewhere, and I need to protect like the best guy. But the best part about that is the fact that it gets people more involved in the tactics elements, right? It makes the game much more strategic. Well, now you have your tactics where you can choose, what the summoners are going to do, and then you have your item. I mean, the game is going to get tremendously better, and I think that you could do it with you could do it earlier without needing to like upend everything and get land 2.0 out in all of its glory. Like literally just offer a barricade. If you just put a barricade out there, people will lose their minds over it. All right, Tuka Chan says, I agree it should require lands to be active, but it is what it is. I bought one each for $9. Wow. All right, Tofu has made Mantaroth not as good as before. Still pretty good. Oh yeah, because well, that's what I'm hearing about Tofu. Hive still needs to climb itself out of a hole far from profit zone for many. Well, as somebody who never bought Hive, not like bought significant amounts of Hive, that doesn't impact me. I will say this though, it's been nice getting more involved on Hive, right? Just commenting, posting, and that's something that I should probably make a video as well for you guys here, because there's an opportunity there. And Azarkhan and Zaku are both like really trying to push that. Like we're trying to grow our Hive presence, right? And I think the biggest thing for that is just the simple fact that we had trouble passing the proposal. All right, hold on, let me see here. All right, Lux is good for some matches with Life Splinter. I mean, Lux is good all around. Don't get me wrong. It's still a card I like to use. In fact, you know what? Let me see. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm not remembering. This is why I need to sign up for Splinter Coach. Shout out to Splinter Coach, guys, if you have not checked it out yet. But it tracks all of your wins and all that. But you can see here that I have not used Lux for anything in Modern. And I'm in gold 2 now. Let's see if the bot's playing in wild simultaneously. So let's see if the bot has been using Lux for anything. Oh, there you go. There's one. There's 2, 3. All right, so the bot really likes Lux. 4, 5, 6. I think the meta is just completely different in wild, because it's like literally people can choose a million different options. Yeah, this has been a phenomenal season for me because I worked my way all the way up from bronze. So you'll see here my max streak was 27. I have a 56 out of 65 win rate. But, I think that's all coming to an end relatively soon. Wow. I mean, Lorcas is still playing 500 battles. This is crazy. 600 battles almost for Vet V. Are these people buying it? I mean, they have to be buying energy, right? And that could be burning more DEC. But just wait until that DEC trade looks fantastic. All right, are we going to get an Omega candle today? What are we at, 65? Or are we back down to 64? 65-1. Yeah, we just need SPS to pump. Well, actually, what we really do need is to get back to... what's that called? We need to get back to... Where is this at? Peg. Why are we minting DEC? Oh, that's got to be from some of the reward cards getting burned. This will be cool though. We are closing in on burning more SPS through converting it to DEC than we did for node licenses. This was like 2.5 years ago, which is crazy. So let's see, Rebellion. Oh, Chaos Agent Pack starting to pick up. 36 cents on the marketplace. Isn't that something? All right, let's see. Lux is good. All right, Burning L says there's way too much grain out there, and the SPS production is pretty low per dollar invested in land. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people that I know just decided to take all their DEC out when when SPS was down, take their DEC off of land and just buy SPS. And if they did that, they're up 2x right now, and they can still go back and I'm sure they'll have to. They lost a little bit buying DEC at a little bit higher value, but it's crazy. That was a good move. Tuka Champ says they might buy like 2 batches of each chest and get more energy that way. Oh well, here you go. Brandon's in the house. Yes, buying energy using Glint primarily. So Brandon, I'm curious, how much would you say if you had to guess, right? And I'm gonna use you as my guinea pig here, so apologies, but you've always been very forthcoming with info, and I appreciate that. Like you've played 600 battles this season. How much would you say comes from extra energy for Glint? Because we're not even at the end of the season, but the amount of energy you get organically is only going to be 360. So you're at a point where you're not quite double, but have you paid for any of this energy with DEC? Is it most of it glint? Is it, majority of it coming through reward chests? I know especially those higher tier reward chests give a lot. Like, tangentially related, like I'm at a point now where like I've done all the first batches for commons, rares, and epics. Not going to bother with legendaries for now, and I'm not even going to bother with the chest. Like the ultimate chest is just not worth it to me. The fact that the ultimate chest has potions and merits in it is like unacceptable. So I cannot justify spending that much on an ultimate chest. This maybe a little bit more so, but I don't know. I've been buying a couple minor chests here and there, but at this point it's like my glint earnings are so low this season because I was working my way up from bronze and modern. So a lot of that went towards lower glint earnings. But I think I'm just going to stack and save for the next season. Go heavy on the epics first and foremost, and then go from there. All right, Brandon says 30 to 50% comes from chests and glint. I don't think we have paid DEC for glint this season yet. Interesting. I think you mean DEC for energy. So wow, you're still getting a lot out there without having to pay for energy. Like, the 6,500 energy, 6,500 per energy versus 3K glint per win, 50% win rate, 4.5. Yeah, but I guess start as the season goes on, and there's a scale up, right? So I don't know how much you can buy. Let's see, if you were to buy more energy with glint, is the batch like what, 25? I thought it was 25, right? How much is this going to cost me? Glint for one, 3,600. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, interesting. That actually scales up in champion, so it goes all the way up to 60. Okay. I need to get my wild account down. I let it run and it hit champion 3 on its own. Because I want to pay less for energy overall. But I want to see for DEC. Yeah, if I stay in the gold range, there might be a little Goldilocks moment here with SPS. All right. Tuka Champ says merits I understand because it's usually half to one Gladius pack from one chest, but yeah, potions is unacceptable. Yeah, it's like I have more than enough potions already. So let me see something here. Cool. All right, so where are we at? Last season, I burned some gold foils for glint to use for energy. This season, I'll look at 40k DEC budget for energy if we can get #1 leaderboard again, since leaderboard prizes offsets. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Well, you're up there. So we buy 25 a day. Okay, so yes, after 25, the cost goes up significantly. So hold on, let me do the math here. 25 a day, 25 times 15 is another 375 times 2. So okay, considering that you can use glint, really the new baseline shouldn't be 360. It should probably be close to like 700 to 750 or so. Assuming that you are using glint to buy energy, all like you're maximizing your glint for energy and you're maximizing all of the energy that you're giving organically. So I need to change that baseline now for a lot of top whatever. It's just if you choose to. And here's the thing. I don't know how close you are to maxing out your rebellion cards, but the moment you max out your rebellion cards, the moment all the folks up here start maxing out their rebellion cards, I mean, it's game over. Like, why would you not be spending every additional glint you have for energy? Because that just gets you more SPS, and especially at the higher levels. So that's going to change things. Yeah, 700 energy is probably the new 7 to 750 is going to be the new baseline that I'm going to use. All right, Banana says, I actually need more potions, believe it or not. Well, you can always buy them. It's a good DEC burn mechanism. I have over 10,000 of each potion. I think I have over 5,000. I've actually even stopped using potions on the card draws now, because I don't need the gold foils. I'm not going to do anything with them. I'm not going to like unlock and sell them. If I get them naturally with 2%, that's fine. I don't need to like bump it up to 4%. I'll just save it if I buy packs again in the future. All right, let's head back to Splinter cards. You know me. Now that Bitcoin's getting into fun territory, it's just constantly refresh to see where we're at. Let's see. What else we got? So Rebellion reward cards. You're at 80% for commons and rares, about 50% each for epics and legendaries. No pressure, you have to go faster on reward cards. Well, the cool thing is, at a certain point though, I shouldn't say it's a cool thing, but like at a certain point, it's going to get very difficult to like try to maximize the last couple of BCX, especially of like the legendaries, because those get super expensive, maybe even the epics to a certain extent. So the fact that you can just go and buy them on the market if you deem it's worthwhile. And I'm curious to see what those are going for currently. Let's check epics and legendaries. All right, what did I do wrong here? Oh, there's no max level. Let's go to all levels. I mean, these are a little pricey, I'll be honest. But if you wanted to, you could just go and grab, the final BCX or two of a couple of them. Epics are probably more in line with what I would expect. Olivia from the block is obviously killing it. How much is it for one BCX? So what is this? 1100. So it's 100. So is it 2,000 DEC? So it's about $2. And they're going for like 350. Top cards. There you have it. All right, let's see. How are we doing on stream? Everything's still looking good. Man, Twitch must be dead. Tuga Champ, thanks for hanging out. You're the only viewer on Twitch. I was just thinking to myself the other day, I'm like, I know people might have had some issues with it and maybe it was worth it, maybe it wasn't. But if you remember back to Splinterless TV days, I mean, that really kept folks engaged for a long time. And I don't know that there's a way to like get that back now. Obviously the team can't support that. I don't know if you'd be able to get the DAO to support something like that. But I do hope that a lot of folks will start streaming more and more regularly. I don't know. Well, I know that I'm going to be streaming a lot more. So, starting maybe even as early as next week. And I wanted to do last night. I don't know what happened. I was just super exhausted. I like worked out in the morning and then just had a super long day with a bunch of stuff. And my intention was to stream last night, either Moon Carts or Parallel. And I literally knocked out by 9 p.m. I was just exhausted. So I was like, we're not doing it tonight. So my hope is that I'll be able to, I don't know if probably won't do a live stream tonight. Maybe we'll see. We'll see how the rest of the day goes. All right, I'll go open more rarity cards and buy off the market when Ultims identifies any must-have cards. Fair enough. Tuga Champ's laughing. Hey, Tuga Champ transfer here. No, it's okay. We need people on Twitch too. Got to show that there's actually viewers there. It was for the prizes though. Yeah, so that's one thing that, well, we're gonna have to bring back here. I'm setting up XBot. I have not finished it yet, but I'm gonna get the Aftersound YT account back up and running. That's a little community account that we had, where people could delegate stuff, and I literally want to turn that into an SPS burning machine. So I'll post a video out for that soon. I'm gonna have XBot be the sponsor of that and bought it. I talked to Siler already, and we're gonna see how far that thing can go, and we'll use the proceeds from that to burn a ton of SPS and then do giveaways. So expect more of that, especially once we get into Uptober. Right, I have some plans for Uptober, but yeah, if we can't get Splinterlands TV back, then I'll do my best to to try to match it, get people excited and hyped once again. All right, where are we at? We're coming up on an hour, and yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do those 1 hour or those like 2+ hour streams anymore, but by keeping it shorter, I think I might go for some 2 days. We'll have to see how it goes. If I keep the streams to like 1 hour, because the main thing is I hate sitting for so long. It's just very frustrating and doesn't feel good. All right, Matthew's in the house. Young Eagles, let's go. What's up, Uptober? Enjoying Green Candle Day? Absolutely. 4 days until October. I think Bitcoin's trying to get a little bit of a head start. So yes, very much enjoying the Green Candle Days. And I don't know what happens. We're probably going to get to October 1st, and then some whale or some institution or something is just going to like dump the market. We're going to be back in the 50s, and I'll be really sad. But hopefully that's not the case. And we just continue the momentum upwards. Interest rates were lowered, so that's a big sign for future liquidity. The M2 money supply, if you guys are following that just recently, I think, hit a new all-time high, which so I was looking at a chart recently, which Bitcoin kind of follows that. So whenever there's like a new M2 money supply, all of a sudden Bitcoin goes into like price discovery mode, and it's fun times. What else is there? You're seeing Bitcoin adoption pretty much like in every other part of the world. I think we're gonna hit an interesting geopolitical game theory play out with nation states getting involved, not just institutions. And so I'm very excited for where Bitcoin's going, and obviously I think that translates to the rest of crypto. All right, Jobby Saints is on Twitch now. Let's go. Oh, thanks for jumping. All right, let's see. Hopefully, Matthew says, hopefully we hit a new all-time high again in October. Would love some bullish momentum in the market. Absolutely. So the big question here is, how is the election going to play out into all of this? Because I'm not going to get political on this, but there's obviously one side that's been very pro crypto. There's another side that's been very anti crypto, although it's flipping now. And the truth is you shouldn't worry, because it doesn't matter who wins. They're going to spend money and they're going to print money. So Bitcoin goes up no matter who wins. It's just, where does the legislation go? Because it's been very favorable towards Bitcoin, and especially crypto, right? Like Gensler came out again and said Bitcoin is not a security, but he's like trying to label everything else as a security. So, I don't know how that will all play out, but that's literally smack dab in the middle of the Q4. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But I just know that my bags are packed. I'll be waiting and ready to go. And I think October, at least for the most part, will be very fun leading up to that. And then it's just like, we'll see where the rhetoric goes afterwards. Banana says, we will hit 100K October 21st. I saw it in a dream. Bro, okay, this is now forever on the internet. Guys, we can always come back to this, right? September 26th is when I'm streaming. We can come back to this stream specifically, and we can see if Bananas has the ability to tell the future. So, Bananas, I'm going to hold you to it. It's on the record now. It's on the internet, so it's forever. You heard it here first from Bananas. 100K October 21st. Are you ready? This man hasn't figured out. Yes, indeed. It's awesome. You guys are hilarious. All right, so Jobby Sane says, assuming I got $700 lying around, where do you guys think I should spend it on Splinterlands? Buy maxed out CL set or Rebellion packs? That's a tough question. $700 worth of Rebellion packs is not going to get you a maxed anything. But yeah, I don't know. That's a tough question. It really just depends on what your goals are. If you're looking for, if you're looking to play competitively at the higher levels, I mean, a max level, Chaos Legion deck will get you, I think, farther than $700 worth of Rebellion packs. But yeah, I don't know. To Tukachamp's point, I'm skipping down here, but to Tukachamp's point, Chaos Legion for a risk-safe bet, as risk-safe as it can be, you got to play or bot and rent. Yeah, so that's the thing, actually. You know what? I would say Chaos Legion is always going to be relevant in wild format. And so to a certain extent, you can probably go a lot further in the game if you're willing to just play in wild format. So yeah, I think, and again, to Tukachamp's point, right? Like, I don't want to say that Chaos Legion is bottomed out. I mean, I've made like videos kind of talking through it, but to a certain extent, like, I don't know how it could be any more oversold. Like, the only thing that's going to happen, right? Literally the only thing that's going to happen that's going to reduce utility for Chaos Legion is it's going to go from modern to wild only, right? And like, sure, could it go a lot lower? Yeah, maybe. But outside of that, utility is only going to increase. For every new player that comes in, Chaos Legion is the cheapest set. They can buy that. As land gets, put out, there will be more and more utility, and Chaos Legion is the land set, right? It's after all of the previous sets, nobody's going to be using Rebellion on land. That doesn't make any sense. So I would say, in that sense, there's definitely, if not upside, at least some downside protection. And then who knows, if the team is able to come up with other game modes or other, use cases or, things with conflicts or whatever, right? Using the wagons. I would say that Chaos Legion would probably benefit the most, right? Because it's just, there's so many cards out there that if people need more and extra cards, that's where they're going to go first and foremost. Matthew says, well, I think if Trump wins, we have a pump quicker, especially if he follows through on his word and cans that bum Gary. But if Harris wins, I think we still get our pump just later. I agree with that. I think that's a solid analysis. Like I said, the SEC just seems to be slowing things down. They keep losing, right? They keep losing court cases and lawsuits. So it's not like it'll eventually happen. I just don't like the hostile nature in which they're approaching crypto. But I agree. If Trump wins and Trump wins big, I think Bitcoin like pumps, and I wouldn't be surprised if we hit 100K in Q4 after the election, if that happens. Not a prediction, just again, like I think people are going to lose their minds in the Bitcoin space, and everybody's going to be like, oh, super cycles here, let's go. Like, we got 4 years of pro crypto legislation. Let's do it. All right, Banana says, okay. All right, Tuka Seals say, okay, we covered that. Sorry for the hard question. Nah, man, we try to answer the questions as much as we can. Thanks, Papa Tuga. All right, so if you want to gamble, Rebellion might increase in price if there aren't enough cards for the next set. Well, what's funny is I actually think Chaos Legion has more upside. Just saying. I think Chaos Legion actually has more upside. All right, I need to get rid of all of these stream elements things. Sorry, guys. That seems to be... All right, CL can't really get much lower unless DC also goes lower. True. All right, guys, we're closing in on an hour, and I have to say, I am hungry. So it's lunchtime for me. I'm going to go grab some food. Had a solid workout this morning, so my body is craving some protein. But let's do it again very soon. I don't know when I'm going to stream next, but it'll be a lot sooner than you expect, hopefully. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, we'll see, whenever I'm able to get some time. Matt says, I wouldn't doubt it either. The hype if he wins would be unreal, at least for the BTC space. Regardless of other politics, he's been extremely pro-crypto, even if he doesn't fully understand himself. Yeah, I know. I watched his speech at the Bitcoin conference, Bitcoin 2024, and his last line was like, have fun playing with your Bitcoin and things. Or whatever he said. I'm like, oh God. All right. But I think just a lot of people would become giga bullish if they saw him win. So, but you know, the thing is, I hate that it's become this way, but like Bitcoin is not, it shouldn't be partisan, right? Like it's hope, as Michael Saylor says. It is your life raft onto this sinking fiat, or off of this sinking fiat boat. And you know, it's for everybody. It's open, decentralized, and everybody has and should always have access to it. Doesn't matter what your political beliefs, what your religious beliefs. It's for everybody. So we shall see how that plays out. All right, guys, that is all I have. Like I said, I'm just hungry, so I want to go grab some food. Have an amazing rest of your day. I'll be back. The next stream will not be Splinterlands focused. We'll probably be jumping into some other games. But whether you are on YouTube or Twitch or wherever, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again soon. All right, Jobby, Tuga Champ, thanks for coming through, especially on Twitch. Matt says, I agree, should have anything to do with politics, but unfortunately policy drives adoption. Indeed. But there's a movement on, you know, the Democratic side that's trying to, you know, make this a bigger, like, get the understanding there. And Banana says, the progressive case for Bitcoin is a good book to give to your lefty friends. Fair enough. Matthew says, would you do a Chasing Infinity live stream? You know, I've actually been thinking about it. If people are interested, I would be down. I think it should be doable for me with the equipment I have. But yeah, I mean, we can chat with Nova live and just ask her a bunch of questions. I'm sure she'd appreciate that. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of your day. Peace.